What is going on, everyone? It is your boy Zink, and I'm back with a brand new NHL 24 series. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks on how to get these high overall players without spending a dime in the game. And, I'm quite proud of it. I've obviously put some time into it. I've played quite a bit, but I have not spent any money on this game, on this lineup. And I want to show you guys how you can get something similar without using any of your hard-earned cash. So without further ado, man, let's get into these tips and tricks. I'll see you there. All right, guys, so just quickly before we get started, I wanted to show you my full team. So here we're rocking, you can see first line, we got Barzal, who was completely free. We got Eichel and a 95 McDavid X Factor. Second line, we got 90 Matthews, 93 Panarin, 90 Svechnikov. And then you can see my bottom six is not super strong, but it's also not bad at all. They manage just fine. You know, if I match it up with my opponent's third, fourth line, they do just fine. And then here on defense, we're rocking 586s and 185. Most of these cards were free or that I pulled in a pack. And yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I don't really, you can see I only have 1,300 coins right now. I don't go into the item shop and buy any of my cards. I either make them with sets, which I'll show you guys how to do, or I get lucky and pull them from a pack. So yeah, that's pretty much all you guys need to see other than the goalie that I'm rocking. That is an 85 overall Thatcher Demko. All right, man, now that you've seen my team, let's get into some tips. All right, so the first tip that I wanted to give you guys is to play these hot moments for the free 93 overall Matthew Barzal and the free 89 overall Martin Necas. So to get the Barzal card, you just go into the single player as I did there, and then you go into moments here. You can see if you complete all, I guess 3 moments, 9 challenges in total, you get enough collectibles to make that Barzal card, which you'll just have to go into the sets and then make Barzal with the collectibles you get. And then, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of difficult to complete those challenges. It took me a couple hours. And then you can see here there's another 9 challenges for a free Martin Necas, 89 overall with 95 speed and gold wheels as his signature ability. So you can see 2 free cards right there if you're willing to put the time in offline that can significantly, upgrade your team. And you can see I'm running that 93 Barzal and on my first line. And I know he's a center, but I'm running him at wing because I've got Eichel. He's a bit bigger, a bit stronger on the puck. But yeah, man, if you guys can get those done, I guarantee that will transform your team quite a bit. And you might be wondering why I'm not running the 89 Necas in my lineup. That is because I traded him in. If you trade 189 overall player, you get 5 PowerUp Collectibles, which I use to upgrade some other players on my team. All right, let's get into the next tip. The next tip that I have for you guys is to take a real good look at the PowerUp Collectible sets. Now, in order to get a PowerUp Collectible, you can see you have a couple different options of different amounts of players that you can trade in that are at certain overalls. So you can see you trade 15 82 plus gold players, you get 1 power up. As you move on the line, you have to do less and less, but they're higher overall players. So you can trade in 584 overalls for 2 power ups, which is huge. And if you're wondering, what is a power up collectible? Why are you telling me this? Well, here's where these power up collectibles come into play. There's a lot of players on my team that you either need coins or power up collectibles to upgrade. For example, this 93 overall Jack Eichel started as an 84 overall. You can see I made him in the Style Icons 3.0 set. He's only an 84 to start with, but over time you keep using your power-up collectibles and then you can max him out, which is what I've done. I upgraded him 10 times to get him to his max overall, and you can see he's got some pretty crazy stats. I'd recommend anyone to get this Eichel card, and I'll show you for just example how to get there. It's another, especially if you guys are new to Hut and you're not 100% sure, you're a little overwhelmed by everything that you can do. This video is for you. Follow along, and I guarantee you, man, just put your head down and really put in some time, and you can get a good team. Because I know how frustrating it can be to try and compete against these guys who have the Team of the Year cards, and you have a bunch of golds. You know what I mean? So here we go. We're at the Style Icons 3.0. This is where I got my Svechnikov. This is where I got my Panarin. This is where I got my Eichel. So here, if you already have collectibles, you can see you can trade in a couple of the collectibles for certain random 84 overall players, or if you have 5, you can choose the player you want. So you can see it. This is where I got Panarin. This is where I got Eichel. This is where I got Sveshnikov. And Sveshnikov is not maxed out yet. He's only a 90, but even at 90 overall, man, he's really good. And you can also trade in more gold players to get these collectibles. You see what I mean? So it's all about sets, man. Especially with no money spent, it is all about sets. And just really, really making sure that you've got a good idea of what you're willing to sacrifice in order to get these certain collectibles and what type of players you want to make. And by all means, I'm not saying go make just Jack Eichel. You can make whoever you want. But the Style Icon 3.0, those cards are so good, and I would seriously recommend, either getting those cards first and then looking into the power-ups, because that's obviously how I've upgraded mine. There's no way I'd be able to do it with just coins, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, focus on those sets. Get the Style Icon 3.0. I'd recommend Eichel, but you obviously build whoever you want. Eichel, Svetch, Panarin, they're all great cards. And focus on those power-up collectibles. Maybe you can get an X Factor pull. Trade in some cards and get an X Factor pack, which is how I pulled McDavid. Super lucky because he's one of the best in the game. All right, let's get into the next tip. All right, guys, next tip I have for you is to play Rivals. Now, I know it might be super, super intimidating. Well, not intimidating, but tough. It's frustrating. If you don't have a high overall team and it's just matching you against guys who have, all 90s, they have 95 McDavid, 94 McKinnon, you're like, how do I compete? What do I do? The best way to do it is to just try your best. Just play. That is how you'll get better. And some of the rewards are seriously worth it. You can see I'm in Division 3. There's different divisions, but the higher you get, the better the ranked rewards you get. So you can see from them, you finish Platinum. This is different depending on what division you are in, obviously, but usually I finish around Platinum or Diamond. And I get some really good packs from that. That either if I don't get like a high overall pull, what I'll get is a bunch of gold players that I can then trade in for PowerUp Collectibles. So it's kind of just like a never-ending cycle of I'm either going to get a decent reward or I get a bunch of cards that I can trade in to upgrade who I already have on my team. So I'd seriously recommend Rivals. And then if you do manage to get enough points for Hut Champions, I'd also recommend playing that. It's very sweaty. There's a lot of good players, but there's tons of benefits to it. Once again, you'll improve as a player. As well, you will get more options for rewards. You'll get collectibles based off of how many wins you get, which you can then go over to the Hut Champ sets and build some packs. Last night, I got the Ultimate Pack, and I pulled 3 purples in one pack. I got an 86, an 87, and an 88 in one pack. Not saying you will, but your chances of getting a decent card are pretty good if you play Rivals and Champs. So yeah, like I said, if you're not much, if you struggle with online, if you always find like you're losing, you're only gonna get better if you play. If you give up, you're not gonna get a better team, and you're not gonna improve at the game. So I would strongly recommend, just really grinding Rivals and Hut Champs. All right, let's get into the next tip. All right, the next tip I have for you guys is structuring your team based off of the hand they shoot. And I know that might not be the easiest for you when you're starting out, but what I mean by that is you can see I have Barzal, who's a righty, and he's playing left wing. And then I have McDavid, who's left-handed, and he's playing right wing. You want to have your lefties playing on the right side, and you want to have your righties playing on the left side. It's kind of weird. It's just more of a shot angle thing and a one-timer thing instead of having to, like, say you're a lefty playing right wing. If you get a cross crease that you have to tap in, it's harder to tap it in than it is to if you're fully opened up as a righty, and you can just like one time it in. You get a way harder shot out of it, and I just recommend it. It's a super minor thing, but you can see I've got it on my defenseman as well. Even though Quinn Hughes is a left D, you can swap him to play right D because he's left-handed. It just makes it so much easier for passing and one-timers. Like I said, super minor tip, but just keep that in mind. It's helped me a lot. All right, and the final tip I have for you guys in this video is to complete your Hut Rush every week. If you don't know, Hut Rush is like a 3-on-3 mode. You can either play online or versus the CPU. Me personally, I play against the CPU at Superstar difficulty. Games are quick, and you get such good rewards. I mean, look at this. It probably only takes me a maximum of, I don't know, maybe 1 hour to complete. And look at all the different packs you get. You get free players in there too. Look, 84 Charlie Coyle. You get a bunch of gold players. And there was another, an 86 Joe Pavelski. Premium packs, more gold players, collectibles, elite pack. And then I haven't finished it yet because I don't really care about the Hut Elite Dougie Hamilton. Honestly, he's just not a card that I'm going to go for. I'm not going to put my time into upgrading that card specifically. That's a lot of power-ups that I could be using to build other players, but really try and focus on completing Hut Rush. That gets you so many free rewards, and it doesn't even take you very long to complete. But yeah, man, with all that being said, I know I kind of talked a lot, but I hope that you can take something positive out of this video, and hopefully you can improve your Hockey Ultimate team. I wish you guys all the best, and we'll see how this video does. If you want to see more content on NHL 24, if you want to see me play some games, leave some highlights. I can put some highlights from some of my games, or I can leave full uncut games. You guys let me know, man, and just have a good rest of your day wherever you are. Hopefully these helped you out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.